Here's a little tip.
From our garden to yours. Do you like herbs? I do. You know, I think I just like to kind of pinch them and smell them as much as anything. For horticulturists, I like to grow them also. But I know many of you use herbs, use them in cooking. And Luann Duncan joins us here today and is going to talk about storage and use of herbs. Thanks for joining us with all this great props and everything here.
Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about the herbs in general. You know, can we dry these, effectively to save them and use them?
If you have air conditioning in your home, you can do that. Now, Florida, as you well know, is way too humid to try to do them outdoors, and people want to do them so many different ways. But herbs are our easiest thing to dry and do it safely, especially if we do it inside. So I thought we could actually show a few different ways to do that.
Sounds good. I've got rosemary right here. You know, so many of us have extra herbs. When you have herbs, you grow them like I do, you just have lots of herbs.
And you know how much they cost at the store. So if you just hold them by the end.
Yeah,
and
okay.
We're going to
we'll do that? Okay, we'll use these?
Let's go ahead and use those.
Rosemary here.
Yeah, and
that's
if you,
great.
as big of a bunch as you want, but you don't want them to keep the air from going through. Now that's nothing to that. Now we have a nice long string, and we can tie that up somewhere clean and dry in the house. We don't want to keep it where it's going to be too humid, like in a kitchen or near a bathroom, and where it's clean. We don't want to get too much dust on it.
Now, Luann, is there a limit to how much you can put into a bunch like this? Or, I mean, we just got a few sprigs here. Would this be normal size? You want to do a lot more?
You could do a few more, but as long as there's air can circulate through it and it'll dry, it'll be fine. And in a couple days, it'll probably be dry, and then you want to get it off the string and get it into storage. And glass storage is probably the best because plastic can let a little bit of humidity through. We want it to be completely airtight and hold on to that flavor.
Very good. I got one to take home with me and hang up now.
That's right.
Now, you got a bag trick there.
Take a bag and just punch holes in it. This is something the kids can help do. Any place you want. That's what's fun.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to put those holes in. You're going to be finished before I get it into the hole. So there we go.
Somebody gets to clean all this up. That's going to be kind of neat. Yeah, I think
okay, if you're going to have the kids help you do it over the...
oh, you're folding it over. You're doing a lot.
Oh, yeah, you want some holes.
You want a lot of holes?
Yeah, you want once again, you want air to be able to get through. And I got mine stuck. Since you're ready to go,
let's
I'm
ready
go for that.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a little bit of this mint, open it up.
Okay, there we go. I love mint. There's so many different types of mints out there also.
There's so many different kinds of mints, and we're putting them in dishes for flavor. Have you thought of putting them in with your garbanzo beans?
Chocolate mint.
Oh, I haven't had that.
Oh, it smells just like the candy bars.
Now you could tie it before you put it in the bag, or just let's do it now.
Okay.
Go ahead and take your string or a rubber band.
I think I need a piece of string from over there or something.
There we go.
Okay, good. We used the other one I had there. Well, let's see how we do. Put a couple of ties around there. We'll pull it real tight here in a second. There we go.
And now we hang this up. Now what's nice about this is if the leaves fall or drop, they fall into your bag, and it's going to keep the dust off of it. In a few days, when it's good and dry, take it down. How do you tell when it's dry? When it's going to fall apart and crumble.
Yeah. Now, Luann, do I hang this any particular place out of the sun?
Definitely, yes, in a dark spot that's cool and dry, not too much humidity. So the kitchen isn't really the best place.
Well, we got two of them.
Get mint and rosemary.
Okay.
Now I did these in a dehydrator.
Okay,
you
that's
can
what
get
we
all
have
different
here.
kinds of dehydrators, and I did that. And you have to test and see. It depends. It's not scientific. Like 10 minutes in something or 3 hours or whatever. But you can do that until it's crumbly. And you want to use them fairly quickly if you can. A lot of people like to do it in the microwave, so I did some in the microwave. Yeah. You see what happened on the end of that one? I know you can't see probably on the camera, but
got burnt?
we caught on fire as it starts to get dry.
Did you really?
Yes, it did. I had a little fire going. If I wouldn't have been there, I could have had a disaster. So,
and this is not very dry either.
And it's not very dry yet.
No.
So parts of it, because the microwave doesn't dry evenly, if you're only going to do a little bit of herb, you could probably do that, but be very, very careful.
Now this one here was in the dehydrator.
That was in the dehydrator.
How long do you think you left that in there?
Well, I left it in overnight, and it shut itself down. I had to do a little bit more. The parsley was very, very moist, as you can tell. This parsley was too.
Yeah.
This was done in the morning, and this one wasn't.
What is this one here?
That's the mint that I dried.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that is nice and crisp.
Right.
So what do I do with it now? Got it all
Okay, then we'll just
dehydrated?
make sure we get that off the stems and crumble it, and then get it into storage.
Wow.
You can smell that. The flavor that's going to add to your food will replace salt.
Yeah, now when you're using the dried herbs versus the fresh, is there a ratio,
Yes.
how much you use?
3 to 1.
Okay.
So a tablespoon of fresh is a teaspoon of dried. And probably add it at different times in the cooking, but typically we add it towards the end so that we don't cook all the flavors out.
I see. Well, this is kind of neat that we can do this with all the extra herbs that we have.
Right.
And how long will they store for?
Well, they'll store indefinitely. We like to see people use them right away or within the first year, but as long as there's still a fragrance to it, that it hasn't had any moisture and got musty or moldy, and it still has the flavor, you can use it.
Good, Luann, thank you very much. Appreciate it very much. And you have bulletins and things like that, I assume?
Yes, we do.
Over at Extension Office, give them a call. They've got bulletins, and you can do this too. And that kind of neat thing is hang them up out of the way, and you'll have herbs that you can use for cooking besides pinching. I still like to pinch them.